You're scrolling through videos and there's one of those trends going around where people post a screenshot of their bank account or their credit score and just caption it, financial vibe check. Some people are celebrating, some people are clearly embarrassed, and you're sitting there wondering where you'd actually land if you did the same thing. Except you don't want a vibe, you want the actual truth. Not a guess based on comparing yourself to your one friend who bought a house, and not a guess based on comparing yourself to the influencer bragging about a car they probably can't afford either. You want real numbers. So let's actually do this properly. Here are 15 specific, measurable signs that you're genuinely ahead of the average American financially right now in 2026, using real data instead of vibes. And we'll explain every term in plain language along the way, so nothing here requires a finance degree to understand. 1. You have at least $2,000 set aside specifically for emergencies. This might sound like a modest number, but according to research from Vanguard, an investment company, having just $2,000 in emergency savings, meaning money set aside specifically to cover unexpected costs like a car repair or a medical bill, is associated with a 21% increase in overall financial well-being. And here's the part that should surprise you. According to a 2026 report from a financial platform called Empower, the median American's emergency savings balance is only around $600. If you've got $2,000 set aside, you've already cleared a bar that a huge share of the country hasn't. 2. You could cover a $1,000 emergency expense using savings alone, without reaching for a credit card. According to Bankrate's 2026 Emergency Savings Report, only 41% of Americans could actually do this. The rest would need to put it on a credit card, borrow from family, or take out a loan. If you could write that check today without panicking, you're already ahead of the majority. 3. You don't carry a balance on your credit card from month to month. A credit card balance simply means the amount of money you owe the credit card company that you haven't paid off yet. And if you don't pay it off in full every month, the company charges you interest, meaning extra money on top of what you borrowed. According to 2026 data, more than 4 in 10 American adults currently carry credit card debt, with the average balance among those carrying debt sitting at $7,321, an average interest rate of nearly 23% per year. If you pay your card off in full every single month, you're avoiding a trap that a huge share of the country is currently stuck in. 4. Your emergency savings is larger than your credit card debt. This one sounds simple, but according to Bankrate, 29% of Americans currently have more credit card debt than they have in emergency savings, meaning if an emergency hit them today, they'd actually go further into debt rather than draw down a cushion. If your savings outweighs your debt, you're in a fundamentally more stable position than nearly a third of the country. 5. You're contributing enough to your workplace retirement account to get the full employer match. A 401k is a retirement savings account that many employers offer, where you set aside a portion of each paycheck before taxes are taken out, and many employers will add additional money on top of your own contribution, up to a certain percentage, essentially as free money. If you're capturing that full match, you are doing something a surprising number of workers skip entirely, often without even realizing they're leaving money on the table. 6. You have a written, documented financial plan, rather than just a vague sense of your goals. According to a Schwab survey referenced in 2026 personal finance research, only 31% of American households have an actual, documented, long-term financial plan. Another chunk of people say they've thought about their goals, but never wrote anything down. If you've actually sat down and mapped out real numbers and target dates, you're already operating with more clarity than roughly 2/3 of the country. 7. You are not living paycheck to paycheck, meaning your entire income isn't consumed by bills and expenses before your next payday arrives. As of 2026, more than half of Americans, 53%, report living paycheck to paycheck. What's genuinely surprising is that this isn't just a low-income problem. Even among people earning over $100,000 a year, roughly 32% report living paycheck to paycheck. If you consistently have money left over after your bills each month, you're outperforming a huge portion of high earners, not just low earners. 8. You're saving a meaningfully higher percentage of your income than the national average. The personal saving rate, which is the share of after-tax income that Americans set aside rather than spend, sat at just 4.4% in early 2026, far below the 10 to 15% that most financial experts recommend. If you're consistently saving in that 10 to 15% range or higher, you're saving at roughly 2 to 3 times the national average. 9. Your credit score is above the national average. A credit score is a 3-digit number, typically ranging from 300 to 850, that reflects how reliably you've historically paid back borrowed money, and it affects everything from your ability to get approved for a loan to the interest rate you're offered. The average American credit score currently sits around 715, which puts you in what's considered good territory. If your score is meaningfully above that, into the mid-700s or higher, you're outperforming the average borrower and likely qualifying for better interest rates as a result. 10. You own assets that can grow in value over time, such as stocks, mutual funds, or retirement accounts, beyond just a house. According to a recent analysis of Federal Reserve data, 78% of homeowners own appreciating assets like this, but fewer than half of renters do. If you're a renter who's still consistently investing in the stock market or a retirement account, you're doing something that a majority of renters currently aren't, and it's one of the main ways renters can build wealth without owning property. 11. Your retirement savings are actually on pace for your age, rather than just assumed to be fine. As one specific benchmark, financial experts generally suggest a 50-year-old aiming to retire around age 67 should have roughly 6 times their annual salary saved for retirement. According to 2026 data from SoFi, a financial services company, Americans in this age bracket average $188,643 in their 401k account specifically. If your total retirement savings across all accounts actually meets or exceeds that 6 times salary benchmark for your age, you're ahead of a huge share of your peers, since a separate 2026 survey found 36% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement at any age. 12. You know your own net worth. Net worth is simply the total value of everything you own, including savings, investments, and property, minus everything you owe, including credit card debt, loans, and any mortgage. It sounds basic, but a large share of American adults have genuinely never calculated this number for themselves. If you can state your actual net worth right now off the top of your head, you're already ahead of a lot of people who are managing their finances without ever checking the actual scoreboard. 13. You have some form of legal plan in place for what happens to your money and your dependents if something happens to you, such as a basic will or designated beneficiaries on your accounts. This is one of the most commonly skipped pieces of a financial plan across every income level, precisely because it requires confronting an uncomfortable topic. If you've actually taken care of this, even in a basic form, you're ahead of a large share of people who keep meaning to get around to it. 14. You have more than one source of income, whether that's a side business, freelance work, rental income, or investment income, rather than relying entirely on a single paycheck. This matters because it directly affects how exposed you are if you lose your primary job. According to 2026 data, more than 4 in 10 Americans currently have some form of credit card debt they're carrying, often specifically because they have no financial cushion between paychecks and no secondary income to fall back on if hours get cut or a job disappears entirely. 15. You can correctly answer basic financial literacy questions, meaning simple concepts like how compound interest works, meaning the way interest earns interest on itself over time, or how inflation, meaning the general rise in prices over time, affects the real value of money sitting in a low interest account. According to a 2026 study, American adults on average correctly answered only 48% of basic financial literacy questions, a number that has barely moved in almost a decade. Interestingly, that number jumps to 58% among people earning over $100,000 a year, showing a real and measurable link between financial knowledge and financial outcomes. If financial concepts like these come naturally to you, you're not just lucky, you're equipped with a genuine advantage that a huge share of the population is currently missing. So how many of these 15 signs actually describe you? If you're hitting even 8 or 9 of them, you are already, statistically, ahead of a meaningful share of the country, regardless of what your bank account balance looks like compared to someone flexing on social media. And if you only counted 3 or 4, that's genuinely useful information too. Not because it's a reason to feel bad, but because now you know exactly which specific, measurable gaps to close, instead of vaguely worrying that you're behind without knowing what that even means. The entire point of numbers like these is that they replace vague anxiety with a concrete checklist. You don't need to guess how you're doing anymore. You just need to decide which of these 15 items you're going to work on next.